My name is Lauren and I'm a user experience researcher and designer. I am working with retail companies to understand the ideal customer experience when choosing a size for apparel or footwear items using size charts. Thank you for participating today and agreeing to provide us with your feedback. I'm going to be asking you to compare a series of size charts and their components for a specific retail product. Before we begin, I just have a couple things to go over. First, I will be taking notes periodically to help me remember things that you say. And as you read the consent form and signed, I will also be recording the session simply so that I can go back and look at the video if I don't catch something in my notes or if I need clarification. Second, there are no right or wrong answers. Third, we aren't here to evaluate you. We just want to understand you and your experiences using size charts. The information that you provide will be kept confidential, and your name won't be associated with any of the information. And if at any time you need to stop or take a break, let me know and we will do so. Our discussion should last around 10 to 15 minutes. Do you have any questions about the study before we begin?
Nope.
Okay. First question, have you ever shopped online before?
Yes.
Or what do you normally shop for?
Clothes and accessories like sunglasses.
Okay. And where are some of your favorite places to shop?
Amazon and American Eagle and Target and Macy's.
And you listed Amazon as your first and American Eagle. Why are they some of your favorite places to shop?
Amazon has pretty much anything you need, and you can usually find it at a cheaper price, and it has easy returns and quick shipping. And I like American Eagle because they have sales often, and they also have a pretty easy buy and return policy.
Okay. So in front of you are 5 printed unbranded size charts. In the first 3 to 5 minutes, I want you just to look over these size charts as if you were shopping for the pair of pants that's listed on top. I want you to compare and contrast the features that each chart provides. When you're finished, place the size charts in order from 1 to 5, 1 being your favorite and 5 being your least favorite. That will help you confidently purchase those leggings online. And imagine this is a brand that you've never shopped for before and you're unfamiliar with the sizing and you want to really get yourself educated on these pants so that you're able to buy them online.
Okay.
So that is the first size chart.
But I'm only looking at this.
Well, this is what's provided to you. So whatever you would look at. So just kind of talk me through what you're seeing, what you like, what you don't like.
So I like that it says the US sizes and then it gives you what size pants you should get. The only thing is I see this all the time is like the waist and hip in inches, and I have no idea what my waist or hip size is in inches, and I'll probably never measure that. But like I said, it's easy to like know my size and be able to convert it to like a small or a medium. That makes things easy. So that goes for both the women's tops part and the women's bottoms part.
And you did mention before that you're specifically looking for bottom, but there is top size chart present.
Yeah.
Do you think that, what do you think about that?
That the top sizes are there?
Yes.
Well, if I'm just buying pants, I don't really know why the top sizes have to be there. It kind of doesn't make sense if I'm only buying the pants and only looking for pant sizes. So I would think I would expect to see just pant sizes and not top and sports bra sizes on this page.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little confusing.
What about in the bottom there? What do you think about that fit guide?
So again, this is for shirts and not for pants. So maybe if I was buying a shirt, the fit guide would be useful to me, but for right now, I don't think it's really relevant to somebody who's looking to buy pants. But if I were to buy a shirt, that would be a nice guide to have.
Okay. All right. Is that everything for the first size chart?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Oh, well, actually, I didn't mention this part, but even though I said I wouldn't ever measure my waist or hip size, it's nice that it gives you like a little guideline if anybody were want to measure their waist or hip size, just telling you like how to stand, how to measure. It gives you like nice tips on how to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. If you want to move on to the second one.
Okay. This one.
Yeah, it's just one.
Okay. Okay.
So just think aloud at some of the things that you're seeing, or
Yeah, so I'm just looking and it has again like how to measure each part of like your waist and your hips and your inner leg, and it gives you a lot more measurements than the last one, which again honestly is worse to me because I'm probably not gonna measure anything like I said. I like how it says if you're borderline between two sizes, order the smaller size for a tighter fit or larger for a looser fit. I mean, that's kind of obvious now that I'm saying it out loud. But so yeah, this chart is just kind of like the last one except more in detail. Again, I like that it gives you like your US size and the size pant that you should buy according to your average US size. I think that's probably the only part of this chart I would use because, again, I don't know my measurements and I probably wouldn't run to go measure them. And then, yeah, I think it's neat that on the bottom they also have like European and UK sizes because I know like when we were in Europe I was a totally different size, so maybe just reassuring that you're picking the right size. Yeah, so and then looks like the bottom is just like more how to measure your body size, which I'm feeling lazy, but I probably wouldn't do. But I like how it kind of like describes the fits and how they're shorter or longer. So now that I'm looking back at it, it looks like they have regular pants, tall pants, and short pants, which is actually pretty convenient. I don't know that that was clear when I first looked at this, that meant that like the regular was kind of like in between a tall length and a short length. I'm realizing that now, but I don't know that that was evident the first time I looked at this chart. But I understand now.
okay. Next one. Again, this is for pants.
Okay.
To keep in mind.
Yeah. So again, I'm just looking at it and saying how to measure again, like the other two. I don't know if this is how it would look online, but the numbers are extremely tiny. Again, I like that it gives you the sizes that it corresponds to. I don't know how clear it is that it's comparing, like it says 0/2, not like size 0 or size 2. So I don't know how clear that would be. I understand it maybe from looking at the other ones, but again, like this one gives you bust size when you're looking for pants. So I don't know if that's completely relevant to shopping for pants. And then you got to look through bust, torso, until you finally get down to waist, hip, and inseam, which is probably the most relevant for pants. So I don't know that the like bust and torso was really relevant to buying pants.
Okay.
Okay, so this one looks pretty different, at least at the top. Just reading that the fit is skin tight. There will be minimal extra fabric as this fit will hug your body for a next to skin fit. I like this bar here that it's next to skin, slim, regular, relaxed, oversized, I think it's very clear that this next to skin is like the tightest that it could be. I really like the model details. I always like to see how tall or how much they weigh and what size the model's wearing, just to get a little bit of extra detail, because if a model is wearing a size small, I usually get a size up. So this one's pretty nice because it only is talking about how to measure for pants, your waist, hips, and inseam. I like that it doesn't give you like bust or torso to measure, which isn't really super relevant to buying pants. And then the bottom part says alpha sizing. I'm not really sure what alpha sizing means. But I like it gives you the option of either inches or centimeters. So this is just another chart like the other ones that's numbers compared to sizes. So again, I really like that it gives you it's clear that it's like the numeric size and the size you should get in the pants, as I don't think it was as clear in the previous chart. But for the most part, I really like this page.
And the last one.
This is not helpful at all. I mean, this isn't really, I would say, a size chart because it doesn't give you any information, like any numeric information as to like what, if you measure around your hips, it would equate to this size, or if you measure around the waist, it would equate to this size. So this just kind of tells you how to measure. It doesn't really give you like the sizes of anything. So, I mean, I guess it's clear teaching you how to measure, but I don't know how I'm supposed to find my size from this chart.
Okay. So if you could rank them from your favorite to your least favorite.
This would be my favorite.
All right, number 4.
Probably gonna go... Okay. So I like this because I feel like it gives, well, I got confused by the regular tall and short length. This one's pretty clear and I feel like easy to read, so I'll probably rank them in this order.
All right, so number 4, number 1, number 2. I believe this is number 3 and number 5.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So that is for pants.
Okay.
Would you mind handing me that paper? All right. Next, you are going to do a shoe. You will be purchasing this tennis shoe.
Cool.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So keep this tennis shoe in mind when you're looking at these size charts. Here is your first size chart.
Okay. So I don't actually know, again, my foot measurement. Now I'm thinking everything gives you a measurement, so I might have to measure myself. But, so yeah, it kind of shows you very simply how to measure your foot in order to get your size. So I guess it's very simple. I mean, something quick you could do is quickly measure from the toe to your back of your heel in inches and get your size. So it's a pretty simple chart, and it's nice that it gives you inches, centimeters, European, UK, and US.
Okay.
This next one, again, is just basically an inches to size chart. It's a lot simpler than the other one. This one gives you a lot more detail on how to measure your feet rather than just saying toe to heel. And it gives you more specific directions, like where the socks you'll wear with these shoes, and measure your feet in the afternoon, which I feel like is a pretty good tip because it says your feet swell, which I probably wouldn't have thought about. And it says distribute your weight evenly, so I feel like it gives you a lot of good tips for measuring. Yeah, and it just gives you a lot more directions, like stand up straight, stand against a wall, use a piece of paper, have somebody mark longest part of your foot. So yeah, I feel like this just has a lot more detail, and I like that it says free returns on the bottom. That's always a good thing to see in case you end up picking the wrong size.
Okay. Third size chart.
So again, this is like super, super small writing, so I don't know how this would look on a computer screen, but this is very difficult to see. So it gives like different sizes in inches and centimeters in Europe and UK, which is nice, compared to what size you should buy. And then it gives sizes of flip-flops, small, medium, large, and extra large, which I've never bought flip-flops in small, medium, large, or extra large, so I'm not entirely sure where they got that. It does give you more details than the first one of how to measure your foot. Not as detailed as the second one, but still gives you tips on how to do it. And then it kind of talks about if you have one foot that's longer. And I guess that's interesting if you have two different size feet. So yeah, this kind of recommends going to the store for best fit, which if you're shopping online, I don't want to go to the store and find my best fit. Okay. This looks pretty simple. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, an online exclusive size, which is probably annoying for people who wear a size 5. I'd be annoyed if I saw that. But this is kind of like the other one. It has European Union size, UK size, US size, Japan size, inches, centimeters. So again, I feel like you'd have to know the measurement of your foot. And this is just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this is not a great layout. I'm not sure why it has that huge heading at the top, and then yeah, but there's all these different sizes. I guess it's similar to the other size chart, but just a little extra country. And then, yeah, this last one's kind of nice. Again, it gives you more detail on how to measure your foot. Not as detailed as that other one, as I was saying before. And then it looks like this just gives you a lot of different sizes all the way down to size 4, which I don't think any of the other ones went as low as size 4. And it gives you the UK size, the EU size, and the length in inches. And you have the option to do it in centimeters. So I guess this is nice. It has so many numbers from 4 to 13.5, which I don't think the other ones had nearly that many. And then this says free returns too, which is always good to see. So.
Okay. So if you could rank these, what would be your number 1?
So this would be last.
Okay.
This would probably be second to last. Probably have this one first. Probably this one second, and this one third.
All right. So your order is 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. Yep, 4. Okay. All right. So now, from a holistic view, you've now looked at shoe size charts and you've looked at pant size charts. Who do you believe has the most, or which out of the apparel ones, what one do you believe has the most understandable? Would you still rank it your number 1?
Yeah, I would still probably rank that one my number 1.
Okay. Who do you believe has the best graphical representations?
So, graphically, if I was only buying pants, I'd have to go with this one, which is number 2,
Okay.
because it shows you the lines and like exactly where to measure, exactly what part of the body to measure using a line, and it gives you details with each part.
Okay.
Whereas the other parts, I feel like, or the other ones aren't as detailed.
And lastly, which one do you believe is the most visually appealing?
Probably the first one that I picked. I feel like I liked this one the best.
All right. And for shoes, same thing. Who do you believe has the most understandable? Probably rate that your number 1 again.
Yeah, I would probably rate this my number 1. It was just very clear directions, step by step, with detail.
Who do you believe has the best graphical representation?
I probably picked the same one again. The other ones were very not as visually appealing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd still probably pick this first.
And for that, visually appealing too. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to ask you, using all the components listed in these size charts and others you may have used in the past, how would you build like your ideal size experience? Are there certain components that you would maybe combine, or?
I've seen in the past where it gives you like major brand names and the sizes that you wear for those major brand names, and then converting them to that company's size. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's really helpful, because if I know my size in, say, Nike, and then Adidas is like, this is your size in Nike, then this is your size in Adidas, I feel like it makes things easier.
Okay.
So I feel like that is something big I would look for. Again, the inches, maybe it's just me, but I don't measure my foot. I don't measure my hip. I don't measure my waist. I mean, I guess I could if I really was concerned about picking the right size, but I just really don't do that. And then, like, having the UK and the EU and the Japan sizes on my chart, I feel like that's not helpful to me because I live in the US. So maybe just, like, having a specific chart for each country.
So more personalized.
Yeah, more personalized based on where you live.
Okay. Like geographical location.
Yeah. Right. And I know I said it earlier, it might be helpful to have like the European size, because I was in Europe and I know those sizes, but thinking of it, it might just be like adding too much that you might not need.
All right. So those are the questions I have for you. Do you have any questions for me before we wrap up?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you again for your participation in this study. Just want to remind you again that all of your answers and personal information will be kept confidential. Your answers today will help online retail companies provide a better sizing experience to all customers in the future. Thank you again for your time.
You're welcome.